Hello guys, welcome back, and yes, I'm finally back, and it's going to be soon, or at least soon to be my birthday. More specifically, it's going to be on Monday, and let's just say it's going to be annoying to say the least, considering that it's in a school day of all things. Anyway, continuing on, I hope you're ready, guys, because today we're going to be talking about Fate Remnant Collide. So yeah, let's begin, shall we, ladies and gents? So, we currently go back to the perspective of our boy Rex. As we currently see our boy Rex, as he's currently in front of the, or at least in like um, the bow of the ship, as they're currently flying above, um, I guess you'd say near a specific area. I can't remember the exact area, but it's basically like near like a Kuro Yuri, I think it was called. As while there, or at least while he was up there, he would be approached by Ruby, as she would say, "Hey, Rex, are you doing okay?" As he would look at her and would just say, "I'm fine. Just getting used to this arm of mine and everything else." As she would say, "Look, I'm. I know that you're in pain, Rex, but please try not to push yourself too much. After all, you're, as you'd say, yes, I know, but all I care about now is getting my revenge on him. Now, we should probably get ready for our next meal. After all, our next job is here." After saying that, he would grab onto something, a bounty. In this case, toward a bounty towards a specific rim, called the Nekalavi. As he would start moving away from her, as he would say, "Come on, don't worry. I told Emiya to prepare prepare dinner for us." As she would say, "Oh, thanks." As after saying that, they would start moving towards, I guess you could say, the mess hall. So, we currently go to the perspective of both Yang and Weiss. Specifically, in Patch. As we currently see both of them getting ready to go towards Mistral. As they got a text, or I guess you could say a call from RWBY, specifically about how they're going to go to Mistral to um, how do I see it? Oh yeah, meet up with try and meet up with the head of, I think it was, let me just double check the name of the academy. Oh yeah, Haven Academy. As while they're packing up and getting ready to go and leave, we would see that of their dad, or Yang's dad and Ruby's dad. Specifically Tai Yang, as he would say, "Be careful, Yang. It's going to be a long way there. Especially since what had happened failed." As after saying that, she would say, "Oh, don't worry, Dad. Besides, after everything we've gone through, we don't really need to worry all that much," she would say. As if you've forgotten, she didn't get her arm cut off. Instead, the one gotten his arm cut off is that of our boy Rex. Well, technically, the situation that's supposed to happen to Yang was turned for, well, was that of Harmony. As we currently see, Weiss putting up all of her suitcases, as you'd say, "Alright, I'm done. Never realized how heavy they are." As she would say, "Yeah, considering all the dresses." As she would say, "To be fair, I prefer to, it's usually my butler who would do this." As after saying that, she would say, sure thing, Ice Cream." As after saying that, she would start getting ready to go on her bike, as Weiss would go, sit on like the sidecar. As she would say, "Alright, let's go." As after saying that, they would start to leave. Now, we go to another perspective. As we go back to the perspective of the new Saber class servant, as you would say, "So, Mr. Crow, I wanted to ask, do you really know of my new master, right? The one with the blonde hair, or white and blonde hair." As after saying that, he would say, "God damn." As Crow would say, yes, Saber?" As he would say, "Oh, I forgot to tell you my name." As after saying that, he would look towards him, as he would say, "My name is Richard of the Lionheart, the once and future, the once king of Britain. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Crow," he would say. As he would say, "Huh, never thought I would be meeting with a king of all things. Anyway, so you want to have Rex be your new master or whatever?" As he would say, "Exactly. We need to finally finish this Holy Grail war soon. After all, with that wish on the line, we as before we can, but before he can say anything else, somebody would appear. In this case, none other than Tyrion, as he would be above a certain area, specifically that of a cliffside. As he would say, "Ah, too bad," he would say, as after saying that, who would currently see beside him was that of Archer of Inferno. As she would already be firing an arrow, but unfortunately it was blocked by, as we would currently see that of Richard, as he already sliced the arrow in half. As he would say, "So you tried to sneak attack my ally over there. How honorable. But certainly that skillmanship in the bow is quite interesting. Are you perhaps from the Far East?" As she would not say anything, her eyes burning with a hateful flame. As we currently see Crow surprised, as he would say, "What the? How are you that fast?" As you'd say, "Well, Mr. Crow, I am a servant after all, a being from beyond your world, or in fact, should I say, beyond the past, beyond the present that you live in. I am from the past, or at least echoes of the past. We are legends, now risen again to fight in this glorious battle," he would say, as he would unsheath his blade. As the blade would start to glow. As the sword glowed, he would start to chant, "This sword is a road to glory." As after saying that, the sword, after being unsheathed, would reveal to be pretty awfully damaged for a blade. In fact, it looks like it's rusted, and in fact, doesn't look like it's in good condition to be used. But after saying these words, the sword would start to change, becoming back, almost becoming, I guess you can say, unfurnished, unblemished, as it's almost like it's returning back to a much more proper state. As he continued to chant, continues to chant, saying, "Seeking a miracle, a crystallizing, ah, a crystalli- a crystal, a crystal, a crystallization of faith, honoring that will. I meant, sadly enough, the noble dream leads to the end, unhindered by anyone." After saying these words, slowly, the blade would slowly start to grow in strength, as it would start to glow in even more brighter light. as Tyrion would say, "Oh shit," he would say, as after saying that, he would think to himself, "So that's a noble phantasm. Oh crap," as he would say that in his mind, he would say, "Archer, get me out of the area." Sorry about that. Anyway, continuing on. "Get me out of the area!" As after saying that, the the blade would start to glow even more. Engraved once again, "This sword is the one and only." As after saying that, a dark, not really dark, I meant a beautiful golden light would start to appear from the sky, almost like a pillar. As he would swing down the blade, as he would scream out, "Excalibur!" After saying these words, it would create a massive slash of light, roaring towards the cliff where both Archer of Inferno and that of Tyrion are. And in the nick of time, they were able to escape, but the cliff and the surrounding land there were turned into, well, no longer a mountain, but more like a molehill. As after the slash, we would currently see Richard on the sheathing back his blade, as he would say, "Oh, it's powerful. I really need to get a new sword soon." As saying that, we would currently see a surprised Crow, as he would say, "Wait, excuse me, you need a new sword when you did that?" As he would say, "Well, my noble phantasm can only work if there's a good enough sword for this legendary attack. The better quality the blade, the stronger the attack," he would say. Hearing that, he would say, if that blade can create that much power, then, oh god," he would say. As saying that, he would look towards him, as he would say, "So, may we continue our journey?" As you'd say, "Fine then, Mr. Richard." As after saying that, he would say, "Good. Now, let's get going." As after saying this, they would start to leave. As of currently, we currently see Shiana Khan back in Menagerie, as they're currently fixing up, Menagerie, or more specifically the port town of it, after the attack from, the Black Claw. As the Neo White Fang are currently helping out some of the villagers and also some of the Faunes. As we currently see that of Tina, as she's currently telling Berserker, also known as Asterios, to basically carry some of the boxes and also some of the rubble. As she would say, "Thank you, Berserker," she would say. As Berserker would look at her and would say, "Only listening to Master's orders," she would say. As he would say, and she would say, "Don't worry about it. Besides, it only makes sense for you to basically help out." As saying that, she would look over and would see that of Blake, as she would say, "Blake, so, what about the others?" As she would say, "Don't worry, they're okay as of now. But I'm still not sure what happened." As she would say, "Why is that?" As she would look over there and would see, well, something interesting. A massive, what seems to be magic circle? As she would say, "So, is this some occult stuff, I'm guessing?" As she would say, "Perhaps. But as of currently, everything that has happened, it kind of makes sense." As after saying that, she would say, "Yeah, no kidding." As she would get a text from someone. As Tina would look over at her scroll and would see Rex. After looking at the text, she would say, "Guys." As both Blake's and, Son would look at the text, as it says that he, or in this case, Rex, is going to Menagerie, and they should meet up soon. After all, a war is about to begin. And so we'll be leaving off this episode right off here, guys. So yeah, bye-bye!